It could even be anything there. But let them come clean. We want to see the statement of all those accounts. Do not say it's foundation or do not use justice for Mohbad to clean one dirty money or to defraud the public. They must come clean and let the investigation be done across board. While they do it over in the UK, we'll do it also in Nigeria, and even International Court of Justice can do their own as well. We want to expose all this racket that is going on. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, and I'll come back later. I'll come back later to listen to the new revelation that you are going to bring out. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning. Yeah, Vegetable Highland. Good morning, ma'am. Okay, yes, Mommy T-Joy, please go ahead first, please. Mommy Joy, T-Joy, please go ahead, please.
Good morning, Onemoli. Nay. Good morning, ma. Good morning, Daddy Gurexy. Good morning, the Ishtok. Daddy Gurexy, please. So I hope Baba is fine. I hope he's doing well. Our daddy, I hope he's doing well. Thank God. Yesterday, I was just thinking, and I thought, I say, which grace mommy rich grace is carrying? Because I have never seen a lovely mother like Mommy Rich Grace. And also his panelists, they are so wonderful. They are so wonderful because sometimes I will just sit down and be thinking, I say, when my mommy arrange this type of mothers, he tell, oh God, borrow me the English. God bless you. God bless you. And Mommy Rich Grace was saying, I want to understand this Ada fraud, injustice. I want to understand. I want to know how come that money is like that. Because it baffled me when a 26 years old boy will just buy and somebody will just sit down his house comfortable, frauding people, using the name of this boy to be cashing out. My sister, my brothers, my fathers and my mothers. You see, we are just in TikTok. There is something going on in Facebook, even Instagram. We have not even seen it. A lot of people have been using Ileri Oluwa or Maloba Promise, aka Mohbad, using the name of this boy to be I don't know what the name I will even call these people. You see some of them that are with us in TikTok, they are doing underground in Facebook. We don't know. Naimoli, God will bless you. I know you will expose them one by one. Now turn by turn. This life now turn by turn. Anything where you do with evil acts, it go expose. The Ileri Oluwa said, he said, I take sing this. He said, Maleka. He said, don't fuck with me. It's not ordinary person. We are, if the father is a bad person, by now the father will be exposed. The boy knows that his own father is truly seeking justice for him. So that is why Ileri is supporting his father 100%. You will see everything his mother has been doing. Everything is exposed. Everything is exposed. Ileri Oluwa is not somebody that you will use at the end be insulting his own father. Look at all their group now. None of them has been talking about Ada. Ada, why do you open this account? For what reason? Do you request go ahead from the father? None of them have been answering Ada this question. And they are aware of everything, all of them. Aristocrats. of them, they are aware. But they keep news. That is why they was against Baba GoFundMe and his own Access Bank. They was against it because they don't want that GoFundMe to even push, to go forward. I thank my brother, the East Talk. It was the one that said, let us put this thing out. Let the host start speaking about this GoFundMe. And I remember almost 5 of them volunteer to speak about this GoFundMe. And God was so kind, people started contribute that truly we need this money for a purpose. It's not that Papa want to eat the, it's not, he don't want to eat, make everybody understand this is what I want to use it to do. And what they later, since Gurexy said, Gurexy did not say he want to do everything. We cannot lay our hands in one basket. We need to do something before it's too late. And that universe was collecting money, and the people we did not even expect was among other collecting money. It just that woman platform that day, a mother came out and said, we don't even know that in that universe, it's been a long time that universe was collecting money. And it's so bad. It's not nice for you to be forming that I'm seeking justice for illegal law. Whereas you are using the death of this boy to be using it as money machine. And you call yourself a mother or a father. Just pray. Let them pray that what Baba is going through. Or let them even pray, let them even test it for seconds. And they are going around crying that Mommy Comfy is bullying them. Mommy Comfy is defending their character. You are the people that is defending Baba character, insulting that man for no reason, calling that man all sorts of bad name. The man did not steal anybody. He did not buy his son. There is no way police have said, Joseph Alopa, you are the one that buy your. No, but it's wicked, bitter souls as the one that is pushing the bad narratives, lying against this man, calling this man all sorts of things. Me, myself, anybody that come for Baba, me, I will come for it. I don't care. You can insult me, you can tell me whatever you, but me, I stand for what I'm always saying. Baba is seeking justice 100%. It's not, it's playing. That man is not playing. He want to know what by my son. And the useless lawyer they are pushing out, it's not by force. If you go and check that lawyer history now, you will see that it's charge and bail lawyer or it's property lawyer. Papa did not need that for now. He said that one is part 2 or part 3. He want to know what by my son. It's not telling anybody that I'm fighting for property. It's wig in a wig that is going around, want to push property to the son or the lawyers. And they are telling me that Victoria is not working with that foundation. Victoria is one of them because he mentioned Victoria's name. He said, I will send the voice record to Victoria. Why? He's using wig in a wig in TikTok. He's using Victoria in Facebook. At that universe, you better come out. You better come out. If you come and explain how much, because the money you have collected is everywhere. You cannot lie, and you cannot even say we forge it. Nobody forge it. It's in your page in Facebook. You better bring it out. You better bring it out. Bring all the money you have still. Bring it, because we need the money to fight justice. If Ashana Lekki have told you to hold the money, we'll say no. Bring us the money. We need the money. We want to use it. Thank you, my sister.
Thank you so much. Vegetable Highland.
Morning, Nay.
Morning. It's something I just came across, but I would need your help to explain better.
No, go ahead.
Okay, what is NG68PS? Although what I said top influential people who lives in or near NG68PS. Let me just show this first.
Is that like a postcode? Is that like a postcode?
I think.
Yeah. So that's a postcode in Nottingham.
Let me show you. This is it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a postcode in.
So
in
Ada University is one of the 3 most influential people. Let me show you. This is Ada University.
Right. So she. So those are postcodes NG68NL. It's a type of area within Nottingham where she lives, and I think they're calling themselves influential people. But does that mean like influencers or whatever? I think that's what's happening here. And obviously you have to declare your address as to where you live if it is a business. And I think that's why they've put that there. There are lots of people from the UK here that may be able to explain a bit better than me, but that's just a postcode of where I'm assuming where she lives. It's not by, I don't think this is by wealth. I think they're calling themselves influential people for this foundation.
Okay.
Yeah, for this foundation.
No, I don't think this is for a foundation. No, I actually just searched, but this is like Police UK page, and under some stuff that they recognize. So her name is one of the people that was on the page.
On the police website, on Metropolitan Police.
I'm not sure. I would DM you the link. Maybe I'll copy the link.
Let me have a look at what exactly it is, because I've never seen that before. If you're sort of part of high society, they wouldn't document it down, put it that way. They wouldn't say, I'm Prince William and I'm an influential person and I live at Kensington Palace. It just doesn't happen. But so she and other people who are part of this, whatever business that they've got, they are considering themselves to be influential people, and they have registered themselves accordingly and have had to put their address down. I hope that makes sense, but I think that's what's happening here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But it's very... she should also be reported to her MP as well. Yep, now we know she's in Nottingham. Again, she's telling on herself. Her address is fully there on the system. She's in Nottinghamshire, Nottingham. It's very easy to find an MP. Good point, Aaron. I can write to the MP as well. I love writing to MPs, especially when it comes to my children and their education and stuff like that. So I'm more than happy to do that so that they can look into these details. I think she's in Coventry from what I can see. But it's, I came up, especially Nelly Molly, to say those people that are accusing you of being in the wrong, like Gurexy said, and Mama T, who just spoke, they are just defensive. They are being defensive because they've been caught. And it's very easy for Ada to get out of this if she is innocent. She just needs to provide documentation to the Metropolitan Police or the Charity Commissioner or Councillor who will approach her to question her about the concerns that have been raised by the public about embezzlement of money or fraudulent activities as to how she is receiving this money. All they will ask for is for her to provide evidence and documentation as to how the money has been spent and exactly how much she received from various outlets. So whether it's PayPal, whether it's GoFundMe, whatever it is, she'll need to provide documentation. as you can see here, she had a turnover under 632,000. Nobody has said that she received 632, but she has received something under that. She needs to say exactly how much in documents and provide that to the council, and tell them exactly how the money's been spent. If they see that she was taking money out to pay influencers on TikTok to parade a narrative against Baba Mohbad or against justice for Mohbad, she's in trouble.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't align with what she's receiving money for, if you see what I mean. She's saying that I'm for justice, give me money as a charity or as a foundation so we can get justice for this young man. But then if all those funding is going to Bankole and Smith, then that is justified in a way. But if the money that she received is being used to pay Papariano, K Crown, whoever else is involved who might be in the United States, IT guy, African TV, whoever is against, who we now know is obviously working against justice because they were receiving funding, maybe, allegedly, then you're in trouble, because that, you shouldn't be in, those are your employees. What are they doing in order to get justice? It shouldn't be them coming on TikTok to work against justice, if you see what I mean.
Yes.
So already she is going to have to justify that. It's not difficult. And I think the people that are saying, don't ask Ada, oh, she's just trying to do what's right for the public. She's not. It's been proven that everything that she's been doing, even down to her YouTube headlines, does not align with justice. As you said, Nay Molly, the reason why I'm annoyed is because at the beginning of this justice, I went on YouTube to try and get a bit more information because I was passionate about it. And I contributed some of my money. And I am not one of those people that say, if I give you money, it comes with conditions. I don't care. Once I've given, and I feel as though I've done my part. Whatever you do with it, I don't really care, as long as it aligns with what I've given the money for. But if you're using the money to now do the complete opposite, or if you're using the money for luxuries, then you're deceiving me. That's deceit. So part of the reason why I'm annoyed is that I fell into that trap. And I went onto her YouTube, and again, the narratives that she has in her headlines is nothing what she's talking about on YouTube. She was one of the first people that started talking about Davido the singer and how the lungs were removed or whatever it was. She had this woman call in, and it was then that I stopped listening because I just thought, something's not right. This is BS. But I never really bothered about the money that I had given, because I had just given. But now it turns out that these people who she may have been paying and who she considers to be employees, as it states there, under 10 employees, who are they? Be transparent about who they are abusing a man who's grieving. That's the worst part of it. So for those that keep saying, "Nay, Molly, you're going to receive, a petition or whatever," it just doesn't work that way in the UK. It really doesn't. And I think that people that are trying to scare you or to deceive, and I know you're not scared, but, to try and deceive you into thinking that something will happen to you for exposing what is clearly in front of you, and you're an intelligent person, is just a defensive mechanism, because their money is no longer coming in via the channel through Ada, and they no longer can deceive the public anymore. And we don't, to me, it's just noise. It's like you've been caught, either run, but you're still going to be found, especially if you're in the UK. I'm going to be honest with you. I did my part, and I am sure there are investigations that are going on behind the scenes at HRMC, and I wouldn't be surprised if Metropolitan Police end up knocking on her door, which is why she's probably so upset, and I'm sure she's probably shaken and trying to figure out how to get out of this. I'm sure. But there's only one way she can get out of this: provide documentation, and hopefully she hasn't spent all the money, because she will be asked to pay for it back with fines and possibly go to prison. So you have to be, I'm not a prophet, but I see Ada relocating to Holloway prison at some point. Yep, that's very true. And I see that's what's happening. And that's why when you go on some of these live shows at the moment, you're seeing people no longer abusing Baba anymore, because they realize that they took it too far. And now this is not being horrible, name Molly, but this is not Africa. If you do anything in the UK, and especially if you are a black person, you're already a target. You are definitely going down for it. There's no way of paying your way out of it. There's no way of deceiving out of it. They are going to come for you, and you better make sure that you're ready. End of story. But anyway, yeah, send me all the stuff that that you want me to look at, and then I can just confirm for you. And to whoever suggested to write to the MP, I'll write to them as well.
Okay, but okay, you know what I searched? Maybe you can also search. Are you close to your system right now?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, so you can just search in. What I clicked on the search engine is Angela space Ojugbeli. That's a normal name. That's OGUGBELI, then dash Nwaneto. That's NWANETO. So when
How
you
you
set
spell
that,
it? So Angela OUOGU.
Angela space O for orange, G for George, U for umbrella, G for go, B for ball, E for encyclopedia, L for life, I for ink. Then you have a dash. Then you have Uwaneto, N Nigeria, W Western, A Africa, N NATO, E, in short, the real NATO, I've even spelled it there. E egg, T for type, then O for opposition. So when you click on that, what do you see on your Google search?
It says 192.com.
No, scroll down. You'll see Facebook. You'll see the website. Not that. The next one. Have you seen it? The police-uk.org. And then it's showing up on it.
Let me have a look on Google.
Yeah, so that's why I just opened it. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I can see it. So it's on police.org.
Yeah.
I see what you mean now. Oh, but this is, so enter your postcode. So this is just for properties. This just tells you the people that have registered. So this website you're looking at, name Molly, so if I put my name on there, my property where I live is going to come up, because the police have all the details of all citizens and where they live. Okay. And especially if you vote in the country as well, they will ask you to register to your local council so that they can pass that information to the police authorities in the area as well. In case you commit a crime, they'll be able to find you easily. So that's what this is. Yeah. I hope that explains that.
Yeah,
so by putting a name in there, it's an easy way for you to be able to find that person and where they live. Yeah.
Okay.
And it confirms obviously that she's living in Nottingham and her postcode there. Yeah.
Yeah. The postcode is more or less like area, right?
Yeah. It's just like an area code. What do they call, like a zip code?
Yeah. Code. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm searching something. Okay.
So, I mean, her details are already with the police, which is even great. I'm joking.
Yes. You're going to make it faster, though.
Yeah. Please, Metropolitan Police, do your job in the Nottingham area. We're not saying anybody needs to be, handled aggressively or dealt with We're just saying that maybe they should go over there and ask a few questions. The thing about the UK is this. The police will never come to your door until they've done their thorough investigation, which is why Ada quickly went on her website or took her website down and started making all the relevant changes in order to try and erase what she had on there or whatever schemes that she was doing on her website in order to generate money. But the problem is that by erasing it doesn't mean that it will change the outcome of what you've already registered to the charity commissioner. Do you see what I mean? So I know, Name Molly, you've got all the evidence in terms of screen grabs and screenshots and things like that. Yeah. But trust me, I mean, the system already has all these details as to the amount that she has received. And all they'll need is for her to tell them the activities of what she did with all the funding. And they will look into all these things. They'll look into all the accounts. And once they've done their thorough investigation, painted the whole picture, have seen exactly what she could have been doing with this foundation or the misuse of funding, then they'll approach her. They'll never just go to your door and say, tell us exactly what you're doing with this money. No, they will give you the opportunity to try and give your side of the story while they've got all the evidence. And there is no way you can try and get out of it, unfortunately, for her. So I'm hoping in all seriousness that she didn't commit a crime, but but it's obvious by her running away and getting people to come on here. I was on Daddy York's live, or was it Saturday morning or Sunday morning? I think it was Saturday.
Sunday morning. It was on Sunday morning. I was on that live as well. I was called up. It was on Sunday morning.
And Papariano was on there, and it was so obvious. It was so obvious that he was guilty of something, and that he knows exactly what they've been doing, and whether he was also part of the 10 employees or whether he was, knowing Papariano, he's probably part of the plan. You know, he probably helped Ada do all these things. Or whether he was just receiving funds from Ada, which I highly doubt. I think he's very much involved, that he was guilty of something. And the defensiveness, anytime somebody gets very defensive and starts to get, irritated quite quickly, it shows some form of guilt.
Yes,
and
I know that.
Yeah, and the way he left this live, I've never known Papariano, who is normally very confident in what he's saying and very confident in the manipulation that he has mastered, and how he can twist and turn your thoughts, because he's done that to me as well, into another way. Leave like that. It showed that everything Name Molly is saying is true, because Name Molly, what you've done is you've taken the time to study these people, trying to figure out exactly what's going on. I think, like I said, many of us knew something was wrong. We just didn't know where it was coming from. But you knew that there is somebody within this movement, or there are various people within this movement who I think showed themselves to be who they are by working against Baba. And I think the last straw was getting these lawyers, Bankole and Smith, who are being funded, in my opinion, until proven that Ada is obviously embezzling money, are being funded by a fraudulent foundation, in my opinion. In my opinion. Can those people stand at the Corona inquest because the way that they've been funded is questionable? I don't think so. But then this is Nigeria. I don't know how it works there. But in the UK, I don't think you'd be able to stand in a Corona inquest if the way that you're being funded is questionable. So I'm glad that you've done the work that you've done, because now the money has stopped. It's most likely Ada and Papariano, allegedly, IT guy, allegedly, who seemed to me again like somebody who knows about this scheme quite well and is part of it. and was trying to behave like some pretentious individual who speaks English very well and dismissing other people's point of views. Because again, he's learned the master of manipulation from what I could see the other day by the way he is speaking to you. You know, they are not going to be able to fund Bankole and Smith anymore. So I think that Bankole and Smith will probably back out because their source of income is being cut. So this is a good
income. I think they're left with 5 million to pay or so. No, Aloba's family. The reason why I displayed this is the money that is showing, the £632,000. That's what I'm posting out there. This is a normal company. You understand? Don't worry, I will still display. Yeah, I will still display. It's every day this thing is going on. Please go ahead, please. Sorry I interjected.
No, it's fine. And the thing, and from those people that keep saying, oh, she didn't, I don't understand the people that are coming to Ada's defense and saying she didn't receive 632,000. We know that. It says turnover is under. But it's not about the 632 under that we're seeing. It's just about providing proof as to what she received and how it was spent. And it should have all been spent towards Bankole and Smith, because really she's representing the public, right? And the public agrees that Bankole and Smith should be part of this court case. If that's the case, then just show the paperwork that all the money went to Bankole and Smith. It's that simple. But she can't do that because clearly they were bankrolling Bankole and Smith and they were bankrolling their own pockets. That's the only reason I can think of why they cannot provide any documentation.
Yeah.
And that's where it becomes fraudulent, because you're now making this a business. And while you're doing that, you're also abusing Baba Mohbad for being a thief when you're the thief.
That's the irony of the whole thing that is like, that got me like, make it make sense. You're calling someone a thief, but you're running your own.
It's not good. And, you know, there were so many things that I think that we need to be wise about. You know, when it annoys me, because when Aries first came on Papa Rihanna, I remember that, and she came from YouTube, and she, you know, people said, oh, it's Victoria. And she was saying, oh, Gurexy and Miwa and blah, blah, blah. They had their own thing. It now makes sense that obviously, and I don't think Gurexy and Mr. Miwa will ever come forward to say that they had their own instincts about these people, hence why they didn't want to be associated with them. They probably had that inner feeling that these people are either one, not who they say they are, or two, they're not to be trusted, okay? That's now the feeling that I'm getting. And second of all, when Aries brought Susie on, I knew that, right, I can't trust these people entirely, because Susie claimed to work for the American government. And I'm sorry to say, when she said she works for the American government, I thought to myself, no. This is just crazy. And from that moment, I decided that I'm going to step back from associating and trying to have a discussion with these people. If you work for the American government or secret services or have a top job in American government, you would not be on TikTok. I'm sorry to say, Nahimoni, you just wouldn't. You just wouldn't. I'm a regular person. I'm nobody special. I work at a hospital. I do nights, and I drop off my children in the morning and cook breakfast for my husband and he goes to work. I can be on TikTok because in the day, I have nothing else to do but look at my reports and I listen to this like it's a radio. But when you say that you work for the American government and you're on TikTok, come on. Let's be serious. If anybody in our government here in the United Kingdom was on TikTok fighting for justice, I would be asking them, why are you on TikTok and not in the drawing room with people that can actually make changes? within government. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Why are you here amongst us regular citizens when you could be making important decisions in a boardroom? Like, it's just a joke. That's when I realized that this is something wrong. Then obviously when Papariano said that he was a scientist, and I thought to myself, and somebody asked him, do you have a PhD? And he said, oh, what do you need a PhD for? And I thought, oh my God, this is just so not serious. I can't take this seriously. These people are just using this opportunity to create a business for themselves. This is an investment for them. TikTok obviously allows them to generate a lot of gifts and money. And they are, as I've learned now, they're just catching crews. And that's that. I can't associate myself. And I thought, okay, whatever. So I left Papariano to his own devices, and I realized he was manipulative anyway. And then there were various people that I truly thought were quite intelligent, like African TV, who I really want to like, but then again, he had hidden agendas that were just wrong and immoral. And it's really sad, Molly. It's really sad because I think that this movement had such a great opportunity to bring everybody who was part of this justice and get mobile justice. We really could have done it. But because people got greedy and people saw an opportunity to make this into a business and become imaginary CEOs, I don't know why people have got this obsession of being a CEO and a chairman and whatever. And it ruined the movement. It really did. And the greediness of it. And these are things that they could have become after we got the justice. I wouldn't have minded if somebody had said, oh, I'm the CEO or whatever, and I also helped with, I was part of the movement for justice for Mobad. I think we would have all been in support of them and said, oh, brilliant, you're starting your own business. How can we get your business out there after the justice? Because we've created a community on here. But then to do it during the justice, before we even got anywhere, and then on top of that, to abuse the family for a short-term revenue to make money, it's just wrong. It's just wrong and immoral and just quite sickening. But anyway, very vile behavior. Very. I can't imagine one of my child this happening to me. I can't even begin. Every time I think of Baba Mobad, my heart breaks for him. And there is no way I would ever come on TikTok as a regular person and start to abuse him for £1, for £2, or to have this imaginary dream of me becoming a CEO, and creating a business off this and doing these foundations. It's crazy. It's not normal behavior. It's not. And I know there are many of us that are here in the United Kingdom that find it very difficult to pay our bills and pay our mortgage, and life is hard. But life is hard wherever you are. But there are ways of doing things without letting yourself down, and without hurting somebody else or making money off somebody else's heartbreak. I'm sorry to preach so much, but I'm just so, in a way, I'm really disappointed. I really am in certain people that are part of this justice, because as much as I know that some people may need money, this is just not the right way to go on about it. I think many of us would have supported many people for their ventures and whatever it is that they wanted to do in an authentic way, rather than this abusive way that they've gone on about it. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. But I really admire you, Molly, for what you've done. And I know you're not the sort of person that asks for anything. And and you probably know this already. I'm not a religious person, but I think you're so intelligent, and I hope one day my children, and myself included, can be halfway as intelligent as you are, because to even realize and connect the dots It's like I wouldn't have even. I knew something was wrong, but to connect the dots, there's no way I would ever got it. But you did. So yeah, I don't know what you do for a living, but whatever it is that you end up doing after we've got justice, I hope you thrive, and many of us will be there to support you. Me, I will always be there to support you anyway. So
go far in life. That is what you represent. Yourself, being an heroine, with few of other of your ladies fighters. You see what you did. This is something nobody could ever thought of. This is something nobody could ever think of. But you, out of your own willingness, you look at it that what these guys are doing, what these guys are doing to Baba. Baba lost somebody, like we all know. But we just suddenly, all these useless, good for nothing people, they were in support of Baba. Just suddenly, they planned it. What we see them, what we see of them today, they start to lambast the man, saying all sort of rubbish. They want all because simply that they are not privy to any more information. That is one of the reasons part of them were fighting. Part is like they want continual money, because justice for Mohbad today is something that anybody could just pick up and begin to make money out of it. Look at their exploit with Amazon. Look at their exploit with YouTube. Look at their exploit all over social media. They are making this money, but they forget that at the end of the day, nothing free lasts longer. The long arm of the law will catch up with everyone, each and every one of them. So I am here to congratulate you, to encourage you, to tell you that yes, you have somebody in me who really fall in love with your handiwork. Madam, you are a true testament of truth and honesty, a real fighter. You see, if we lose 500 of these useless guys, you represent 1,000 of lost souls. You represent only you. Your representation gives us what 500, what 1,000 of those guys cannot give us. Look at where you push us to. You brought back home hope into this movement. For everyone that has lost any iota of hope, you said no. Come and look at this. Here is what is happening. And you took us along the line. You explain in total. And you got it can listen and get to know that we have some group of people among these seekers, justice seekers, who are there only to milk, who are there only to exploit, who are there only to make mess of the good job that true fighters are doing. Kò sí nǹkan náà tá máa ṣe fún wọn ju pé ká gbàdúrà fún wọn. Àbẹ̀ ogun ọ̀run, àwọn áńgẹ́lì tó máa ń ṣiṣẹ́ ìkà in the heaven will send all the angels that are out there to slam them, and that is what will happen to them, because bàbá yìí kò jà tí bàbá ti fẹ́ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé kò kan òun àbí okay, so many of us have come his way, but he said no, give me justice. Let me know what is happening. Let me know what really happened to this boy. Look at it. Ẹ̀yin kan wá dúró síbi kan, ẹ wá fi gbé lè ṣe gbé. No, kò sá ṣe gbé kankan. Look at their group. In their group, we find somebody who is forcefully ready to stage a show around on African TV. We still see these useless people who really want to forcefully say, okay, we want to have a representation in the law, in the court of law. No, they cannot win. They can't win. They can't win. There's nowhere any falsehood will ever win in life. It never happened. All the shenanigans they are trying to do in that inquest and all of that, I want to be rest assured. Not all their effort will come to nothing. They will not live to see anything any of their proposal worked out. Never. Àfi tó bá jẹ́ pé ọmọ wọn ló kú, àfi tó bá jẹ́ pé ará ilé wọn àbí bàbá wọn àbí èèyàn wọn ló kú. So if it can be, if they cannot say, okay, they have any relation to Mohbad, Aloba. Once they are not part of Aloba, nothing any one of them can achieve in this their shenanigans. No way. I am rest assured that Baba has won them all, because Baba went with God. He said, God, I want you to lead this battle for me. And that is why nothing all of them will do in secrecy that they will ever prosper. No, they can't prosper. Because God that has led the battle is really fighting. It's just that we don't know. You see, our ways is different from God's way. The way God fights is different from the way we fight. When God must have won